Go.
Hey all, welcome back to Brothers and Booze. We are
Happy
here.
birthday, dog.
Yeah, man, thank you.
Betty and
I don't look a day over 48. So, yeah, we're it's gonna be a fun night. We have Dennis with us here from First at Brewbox. So he's gonna join us with some beers, talk a little bit about his business and everything like that. Man, I'm super looking forward to this. So why don't we start with you, Greg, for first beer, and you'll be next, sir, and then we'll I'll back clean up for that, I guess.
you ever seen this one?
Ooh.
Yeah, I had that last week.
On the show?
This is good though. This is good. Then we get to hear what you think of it.
Really?
Good opinion.
That's pretty bad. I don't remember the beers on my own show.
Or that's really good, because that
Yeah,
means you had a lot of good beer.
I think this is great because I really enjoyed that one, and I really like to hear what Greg thinks of it. So this is good.
Nice looking Oktoberfest wonderfulness here. Let me put it up here. Where are we at here? Let me put this up here where I have a drink.
There we go.
Ooh. You got
Their
the
website's pretty cool. Look at this little animated thing that they have going on. I was mesmerized before it earlier today. Hey!
Oh, that is so many men without shirts on right now.
Right.
I was unprepared for this.
So was I kind of, and I was mildly amused by it. Actually, look at this.
Oh, it's great.
So, Rhinegeist is a Cincinnati. It's a regional Cincinnati powerhouse, from what I know. You know anything about them, Dennis?
Yeah, so I know, obviously Cincy Made is their big thing. I'm actually good friends with one of their regional reps here in Western Pennsylvania in the Pittsburgh area. I support them. I love them. Some of their beers, and the Truth IPA is what really had me going in to IPAs. I used to be anti-IPA. So Rhinegeist, thank you for making a segue beer into bitters for me.
Yeah, this is a wow. This is a look at this. I'm already.
You gonna drain that out already, man?
Ooh.
Oh man, light drinker, easy. Probably everything you said last week that I forgot. Caramelly though, cracker. I mean, but this is going down so fast tonight, man. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I drank that one down super fast too. So glad you're enjoying it too. Have you had that one, Dennis?
No, I haven't had that one specifically yet, but it is on my list.
So, Dennis, can you tell us where you're at and what do you got to drink?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am
Even a birthday
Pittsburgh,
boy.
Pennsylvania, and we put together a really cool event at a local brewery called Couch Brewery. Real 80s vibe. They legitimately have couches all throughout their brewery. So if you drink too much, don't worry about it. You got a place to sleep. So the beer that I'm having tonight is actually called the Metal in the Microwave, because don't do that unless it's a beer. It's a red IPA clocking in at 5%. So I'm super pumped to try this out. You're seeing this live. Never had this beer before.
Red IPAs. Generally are the ones I like.
Oh, yeah. That is good. That is good. It's creamy. It's smooth. You got a bit of a hop finish on the back end. I'm really digging it.
It's definitely got the color and going for it there.
It does.
Yeah.
Hoppy red ales they seem to be popping up in the fall too.
Yeah.
I definitely like them, right? It's a little different. Switching up, it's not an IPA, it's not a stout, it's not a porter, even though stouts and porters are my favorite. That's a good go-to, a red IPA.
Birthday boy, what's up?
All right, so I got 3 going tonight, but the one I was going to try is actually Joe was going to try to steal from me, but he's not here right now. So this is from another Omegang one, but this one is called Saisonstraminer. So it's a farmhouse Saison, and it's co-fermented with Gewürztraminer grape juice.
Ooh,
So
I don't even know what that means.
I have not seen this before, so I'm doing this live too. So it's going to be interesting.
Is this one of these whiny ass beers?
Shush you.
Daddy Porter don't play. He's calling it out.
I don't know, man. I can't totally get into these whiny ass ones. It's probably.
Yeah, man, look how light that is.
Ooh.
That's a
That looks
saison.
crispy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little horse blanket on there.
Yeah, that is I'm not really getting a whole lot of the grape smell. It's actually pretty benign on the nose. I was expecting a little different smell because saisons are pretty fragrant.
What year is that, Doug?
Oh, they just released this. This is
So it's fresh.
Yeah.
Super fresh.
Oh man, is that crisp?
I know. It looks crisp.
Oh, it's super, and it's really, you know how when you have it's like, it's not red, but you know how you have red wine, they have that nice dry finish, or dry whites. That's exactly what it's like. It's not. I'm not actually getting like, I get a little bit of the beer flavor, but it's more reminiscent of a Gewürztraminer. It really is. So like, I really like this, and I'm not a wine drinker. So
what? How strong is that?
Yeah, this one is at 7%, I believe. Let me.
That's a bomber bottle, right?
No, it is just a regular 12 ounce. It's 6.5.
Damn.
So 6.5 ABV. Yeah. Serve at 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm serving it a little warmer than that because I didn't get in.
Good. That's how you're getting all the good taste out of it. A little bit warmer.
Yeah, and it is really good. Definitely crisp. Like this is like Greg and I will talk a little bit about like shower beers and lawnmower beers and things like that.
Right.
It's not quite either of those, but it's definitely, if it's a nice warm day, really just drinking it. It's like drinking a nice cold, dry white wine. It
sounds like a good dinner beer.
Yes.
Like to have it with maybe I don't know, maybe some salmon.
Yeah, something light like that. Lighter fare would definitely go really well with. Yeah, I highly suggest that one.
Right.
I wasn't sure what I was going to get out of that because I'm not a wine drinker, but man, this is really good.
Yeah. As you can, I don't know. You guys can see this, right? It says here, aged oak wine barrels. They added juice of wine grapes, so it should definitely be winey. I mean, I again, these beers aren't my style. But I understand what they're doing with them, and I understand the delicacy that it takes to make these ones. I don't know. This looks really good, actually. Look at that. It has Bravo and Citra hops.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't turn it down for sure.
There's a little bit of hoppiness, but it's not. It's a background. You know what I mean? It's not forward at all.
Yeah, 18 IBUs.
Citra's usually so in your face that like.
Right.
But it's not like that at all.
So we always do this. We disclose how much should a 4-pack cost you?
Ooh.
This was not a 4-pack. I bought as an individual.
Oh, okay.
So in New York State, I can do that. I bought this, and it was not quite $5. I think it was $4.50 for one bottle.
That's not bad.
No, for something really
good prices.
Yeah, for this is like it's a limited release.
Good.
Yeah, but that's something like, right, so this is not something I would have all the time, but definitely refreshing. Like you said, with the lighter fare food, it would be really excellent. I like here, I don't know how it is where you guys are, but today it was like high 60s, low 70s. It would have been really great for that.
Oh, it was definitely warm for sure.
Yeah, so like for me, this is like my time of year because it gets to fall. I really like it when it's cool. I really hate it when it's really hot. So this I'd highly suggest, especially if you're looking for something a different flavor with some real crispness added to it.
Sounds good, man. I will definitely dip into that. And I agree with you as far as the cooler weather, because I look better the more clothes I put on. So I'm all about that.
I love that.
So does the wife.
My problem is I wear T-shirts like until it's like 40 degrees outside. So then I got to start wearing.
Oh, you wearing pants or shorts?
I'm wearing shorts right now.
No. I mean, when it's 40 degrees, when you're wearing t-shirts.
No. It depends. It depends. I have been known to go out in like 45-degree weather.
Oh, Jesus, Doug. That's just risky, man. That's just risky business.
So speaking of Doug, birthday boy, we got a pick on you today. It's great. So I channeled my inner Doug today. During pre-produce in our chat there, I was laughing at Doug because he bought Rogue, and then I ended up going right in the beer store and buying Rogue. So
what's wrong with that, man?
Hey man,
But
Right,
also-
it's good
I
beer.
will get to my rogue selection later and why I selected it. You know,
Oh, we'll get to mine too.
So it's
But,
gonna be story time with Doug.
But first, I did channel Doug though. I did channel Doug because Doug is one who is. I don't know if you know this, Dennis, but Doug is one who is driven to buy beer by sometimes the way the label looks. So
He ain't
today
the
I
only
was in
one.
there. Yeah, today I was in there and I was going back and forth and looking around and I was like, I want something for myself. Like I just didn't want anything for. What I mean by that is that sometimes I just buy beer for the show, or sometimes
Right.
I buy for styling with Daddy Porter, and I have to buy beer like a certain style, and I have to. So today I was like, I'm gonna buy something for myself. So this is what I came up with as I was going down there, down the aisle. You guys see it?
Ooh.
Damien, Out of Darkness. Look at that.
Jesus. Oh no! I just now saw the can. I get it. It's Friday the 13th. I'm not
Yes.
drinking that beer. That's creepy as hell. All right. I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. All right. I ain't doing that.
Right. So I saw that and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a fun one." So I think I've had this one before, but I'm all about hoppy dark ales, whether they be black IPAs or hopped out Schwartz beers, or any kind of dark beer that's gonna give you some hoppy love. I'm down. Oh, I'm
how
almost
dark that is.
There's no way you stopped at the perfect moment. Jesus.
Look at that.
That is some work,
Beautiful.
man.
Four.
And let's creep out Dennis a little bit.
Oh, it's coming to get me. Nah, man. I mean, I told the wife, like, if she brought any ghosts into my house, that's the quickest divorce ever. Like, I love you, but I don't play around with ghosts, all right?
Right.
I like how it says brew for Gregory Peck wherever he is.
Mm.
All right, that's perfect.
Okay, so this bad boy has a nut. Wow, this if they hopped out porters, this would be it. It has a roast to it that I know that Doug. I know me and Doug look for that. Sometimes a heavy roast in porter.
Right?
Um, heavy roast, nice finish, light as hell as far as body feel goes, but the end is hoppy love.
Ooh,
And
talk dirty.
you see here,
Doctor.
we see here they have water, they have Warrior, Willamette, Glacier, and then they dry hop with Chinook. So they're putting in their effort there.
Right? Yeah,
Hop
no,
wax.
that stuff costs money. That's money right there.
Well, and then you see all these different oats: roasted barley, special B, black, chocolate. So that's where the black and the where those malts come from. That's why
Right.
I'm getting big roast. I'm getting chocolate. This bad boy is fantastic.
Damn, I'm not gonna lie, Daddy Porter. I'm kind of jealous right now. That beer looks creepy AF, but good as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know how much Shirley you guys see, but when you see it out there, you need to grab it up. Shirley is amazing.
I don't get much of that here. How about you?
I get some of their swag. I think we featured them once or twice with some of their good swag that they had going on. But I don't think I've ever actually had a beer from them.
Oh, this is,
So are you
this is
teasing
a
me now?
horn too.
He's like, here you go.
I was like, I've never had a beer from them. Greg was just pouring it up.
Mm.
Just
Look at that.
to
This, I mean, the head comes back up too.
Damn.
It's just.
That's good, man. What'd you say ABV was on that bad boy?
Oh, let's pull it up again so everybody can see it because I don't want to. I love pulling this up 6.5.
Damn.
No, it's
Good.
just
That's healthy.
it says IBU low, but I'm telling you that it's a balance. It's a good balance between the
Yeah.
roast and
Well,
you know what I mean.
You know why they say IBU low, right? So did they dry hop this beer? They
Yeah, they
did.
did.
So
Okay.
they dry hopped it. So you cannot accurately measure IBUs when you dry hop a beer. The science isn't there yet. That's why they just give it a blanket, not 62, 30. It's just low. Because they can't figure it out.
Look at that. Look at the shit I learned on my own
Science,
show.
baby. Science. Hey,
Cheers, man.
man.
So
Cheers.
we're ready for your next one because I'm
Man,
I'm on my. Yeah, we kind of move kind of fast here sometimes.
dude,
Yeah.
I love it. Hey, I'm already 7 beers in. This
Yeah.
is nice just
Oh,
starting.
Doug and I have never done that. We should do that. Like, you can't show up into the show until you have had 3 beers.
Well,
be
here's
next.
the thing. The secret is do it live at a brewery. you will get the beers without a doubt. So the next one I definitely want to talk to you guys about a little bit is the Rockin' Rolsch. I think I spilled a little bit. 7 beers in, little Rockin' Rolsch. It is a rye Kolsch clocking at 5.4%. I'm a big Kolsch fan, and I love rye. This is like the best marriage of a beer.
Yeah.
It's so clean, crisp.
So it's we're having a little technical difficulties for Dennis there, fortunately. Rock and roll.
Oh, is that it? Yeah, right. Rock and Rolsch. A rye Kolsch.
Mm-hmm.
There's been 20%. Huh. Couch Brewing. Yeah, I've never heard of them. So we'll. Oh, here we go.
Oh, nope.
Yeah.
Was that me?
That was you, sir.
Yeah, kind of clunked out there a bit.
That was you. It's your fault.
So I just handed that that Gewürztraminer beer over to Jill, and she's like, "Mm-hmm," and just took it from me. So apparently that's pretty good too.
But
So, guys, were you able to hear my full review of the beer, or did I?
No, we weren't. Please, I heard just that it was a rye Kolsch, and then kind of cut out. So please go forward.
So, I was just saying it. The Rock and Rolsch. It's a rye Kolsch. I love Kolsches. Super crispy, tasty, and rye is my favorite type of whiskey, bourbon, everything. If you put rye in something, I'll marry it. My wife isn't here right now, so it's okay. I can say that. So it's a super clean tasting beer that cleans up with a little bit of rye on the back end. I love it.
That sounds super. Like I don't think I've ever heard of a rye Kolsch, so that sounds pretty interesting.
I love Kolsches. I'm with you. I'm with you on the Kolsches. They're fantastic. They're great, especially when they're fresh.
Yes.
When they get a little bit long in the tooth, they're kind of. But when they're fresh, man, a Kolsch will slap you. You know what I'm talking about? Like the back end, it's like crisp. It's
oh,
I love it. I can't say enough about it.
Like if Bob Ross was to make a painting, it'd be on a fresh canvas, and then a Kolsch would just pop. It'd be a beautiful cloud.
Amen. Amen. So, birthday boy, what's next?
Birthday boy.
All right, so I'm going heavy next. I'm not actually having the heaviest beer last, just a forewarning.
Oh, God.
So I picked up with something called Munchies. This is from Swiftwater Brewing out of Rochester, New York, which, I've had a couple of their beers, not a whole lot, even though they're readily available. It's a chocolate, coconut, peanut butter, imperial milk stout. So that's a lot of things going on there.
Munchies!
Munchies!
So, I just like the name.
Greg.
And it was funny. I don't know if you can see it on the label there. They have date of birth.
Oh,
so April 13th, 2019.
I'm over here spilling beer. Doug's showing date of birth certificates and shit.
Yeah. So I'm trying to see what the ABV is on here. They don't have the ABV listed on here, which is a shame. So,
Munchies! I can't get over the name, man.
No, it's perfect. It sounds.
And it's like a food. It's a freaking food truck on it.
Right.
God damn.
And I don't see them.
That's why I look better the more clothes I put on. You over here drinking food truck beers.
Munchies!
That is pretty lovely looking right there. Nice dark, good head on it.
Oh.
Don't laugh, Joe. They're giggling.
Right.
Well,
you said don't laugh. I just immediately started laughing. I couldn't help it.
And you went there all day long.
Yeah, so
dude, I'm literally a 5th grader at heart. Like,
yeah. So I get the coconut and the chocolate in those, but surprisingly, at the peanut butter, which I expected because peanut butter is usually such an overwhelming smell.
Right. They might have been afraid of overdoing it. I bet.
Oh, that's really nice.
Is that a good one? Is that
it's a really good marriage of all the flavors that they have in the chocolate, the coconut, the peanut butter.
Mm.
You get the chocolate and the peanut butter in the front, and the coconut finishes.
Mm.
So
Damn.
there's almost like a little. There's definitely
Now?
roastiness. There's definitely roastiness in it too. It doesn't. It tastes more like a porter than a stout to me.
Hmm.
So I'm just making sure. Yeah, it's a milk stout. I do not get the lactose flavor, like the milk flavor in it at all.
Right.
Regardless, I think it's
You
really
feel it on the little bit of creaminess, like do you
a
feel
little
it on
creaminess, yes, but
Yeah.
not, you know how when you get
Put
the milk
just a little
stout, you
bit
get that really milky, lactosey piece.
Oh, for sure. Sometimes they overdo it, without a doubt.
But this time they did not. It's actually really nice because it does give it a little smoothness. But yeah, I didn't see. You said you couldn't find it on their website, Greg.
No, I didn't see it. I didn't see it here. Let's pull back up
Yo,
there.
Doug got a special edition. They sold
I
out
got
of their
some-
backup
some-
garage.
I got some beer they made on like the sly and threw it out over there.
Oh man.
This is it, right? Swiftwater. You see it there, Doug?
No, it's munchies. So I wonder if they have like a specialty one.
Might got a limited edition, maybe.
Here to go.
Wait, did you get that distro or did you?
I got it. There's a. I work in Ithaca, so there's a place down there downtown that has it's. You can buy singles, and make your own 6-packs, and that was $3.50. And
God damn, you guys got some bomb ass prices. This Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I'm about to write my governor. Like this shit is highway robbery down here.
yeah, well, I know I used to live in PA, and I remember like I don't know if it's changed, but when I lived there, when they started to allow like Wegmans, because I lived.
Oh yeah, no, now the Giant Eagles can have it in.
Yeah, because
Giant Eagles now have.
Yeah, so you can buy stuff, but like when I lived in Scranton, it was like you go to Wegmans and you can only carry out like 96 ounces at a time. And so you couldn't buy like cases of beer. You had to buy like 2 6-packs, walk it out, come back and get it. I was like, well, this is really dumb. But
dude, oh, you live in Scranton?
Yeah.
Oh, now I know you definitely appreciate my office references.
Yes. Well, let's just be very forthright and say that I do not like that show.
Oh, wait.
Now,
the UK
I am the only
or the US version?
I am the only one in my family that does not like that show. Everybody else.
Damn it, Doug. We were so close to being good friends. We're still going to be friends.
We'll
be friends.
I guess.
Listen, I deal with this guy. He doesn't like avocados, so I mean, we all gotta.
Ooh. You don't like fighting against scurvy? Like scurvy's a thing out there, man. You gotta eat avocados. You're trying to die from the bubonic
I'm
plague.
not afraid to stand up for what's right, man.
At least,
Doug, let's hear it. Why don't you like The Office? Say it.
I will say that in general, I'm not a big fan of comedy shows.
Oh.
Okay, no, done. Enough.
But
that's good.
Also, there's the added bonus when I lived in Scranton, I was just pummeled with that because it was super popular when I lived there. And I was like, I just don't want to. I don't want to be.
No, man, I get it. Scranton, what? The Electric City. No, it's fine. I get it.
Yeah, that is. That's it.
I love it, man.
I'm the guy of unpopular opinions, so, but.
No, but that's why people listen to you, right? Because if they wanted a regurgitated opinion, they'll just turn on any media news outlet.
I'm gonna see if I can find a search for this beer and find like an ABV because none of it's listed on the can. That's kind of
well. Now is the perfect time for our sponsor.
Yes.
Ooh, damn! Put me on the spot.
The segue, the wonderful segue. I do this for not a living, but something. Anyway.
So what do you want, Daddy Porter? You just want me to talk about how we got started, like what we're doing?
Oh, you need to tell everybody about your website here. I just pulled it up so everybody can see it.
Damn.
What do you do for a living? What do you do? Or what do you do for friends? Or what do your wife do to blow all your spare time?
Absolutely. So don't tell the father-in-law. He still thinks I'm working my full-time job. I left that job a year and a half ago. So don't tell him He's living in the old school, okay? So
Hopefully he doesn't get on YouTube or any of that shit.
he does not.
Anyway.
So Dennis Guy, CEO and owner of First Sip Brew Box, we're a craft beer subscription box company that does not send you beer. We do more. You can go right down the street to Joe's Six Pack Shop or your local brewery and experience beer. What we do, we share the stories of breweries from all over the country. And you can get unique merchandise, swag, t-shirts, pint glasses, hats, koozies, coasters, any of that stuff inside the brew box. But we take it one step further. We partner with small businesses that make things out of beer. It could be beer, candles, hot sauces, barbecue sauces, tea out of beer, coffee out of malts and hops, soaps. It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. We'll create unique collaborations and send it out to your house monthly. We are an Army veteran and social worker that decided to start our own business. We didn't tell the father-in-law. He's starting it from scratch. And over the last 3.5 years, we've really built it up. We've been featured in Esquire magazine, a lot of regional magazines. So we're doing it. People love this stuff. We are in 5 different countries right now: the U.S., Canada, Ireland, Brazil, and now New Zealand. Our big mantra is the best thing a small business can do is work and partner with another small business. When they grow, we grow. We live that every day. That's why I'm at a brewery right now. It's because I love these guys. I love everything that they do, and we support each other. And that's how we run our entire company.
Well, amen. I don't know how you just want to I don't know how we follow that up, man. I really don't know.
I
think it's a follow-up with beer.
We're small business owners, and I kind of need this mic. So,
all right. So we'll follow up with your next beer. Or Doug, do you have something?
So that Munchies, it's called Munchies Truck, not just Munchies, and it's 9.38% ABV. So that is that's a big beer.
Well, and Munchie's Truck, was that another one you got from the Mix 6 section?
Yeah, I got that and that the Omegang beer. I keep forgetting the name because Joe has the bottle, but it's a Gewürztraminer.
Damn,
it's a hard name.
I'm starting to get a little bit jealous of your 6-pack because I went to my local one today when I was grabbing these beers, and I didn't look hard, but I didn't see the Mix 6 section. What? So they got rid of that shit? What? So I don't know. My family was in the car, so I'm like trying to just grab. I'm only trying to make it a half an hour. You know what I mean? I'm only trying to make it a half an hour.
I had a puppy in the car. The windows were rolled up. You were rushing.
Right. But I was like, did I not see the Mix of 6? So, and Doug, you've been pulling some beautiful ones off the Mix of 6.
Silly. So silly.
You've been pulling some.
One thing I want to say about the things that Doug has been pulling out, I equate it to finding bootleg DVDs in 1998 out of the trunk of a Chevy Caprice. Those prices are silly. I don't know where you're getting those, but I would love them.
Yeah, I can go into the one, and I will say the one, I live in Binghamton and I work in Ithaca. That's about an hour apart. So but the one in Binghamton, the prices are definitely higher there than they are in Ithaca. So I can go at lunch and go and grab stuff. The only challenge there is in the summer, I got to figure out a way to smuggle it into my desk because I can't really let it sit in the car when it's 90 degrees.
That's true.
I usually have a spare backpack in my car just for that purpose.
Caught? I'm not an alcoholic. It's for a show. Sure, Doug, whatever.
I have a lot of guys that I work with who are beer drinkers, so it's usually not a problem.
Right.
I love it.
So, Dennis, you have another one?
Oh, yeah. So the next beer that I'm going to jump into is actually the Mood Ring. It is a IPA Hefeweizen, which I'm pulling out all these really unique brews. The IPA Hefeweizen from Couch Brewery, clocking at 6.2%. Again, another first for me.
I would probably love this.
That sounds super interesting.
It's so good. So you get a lot of hefe taste on the front end, and then a very fruity, slightly hoppy carry to the finish line. As you can tell, I'm not going to explain colors because I'm red-green colorblind, but You get so I typically don't do that, but it's a very thick, crisp beer. Oh God, so full of flavor.
Is it still light enough though to like? Because Heifers is supposed to be like a breakfast beer. Is it
Right.
still? I mean, is it still that? It's supposed to be breakfast beer. It's supposed to be light, but it's also supposed to give you a little bit of like, you know what I mean? It's supposed to have some body, more body than like a Kolsch.
Oh no, it has a
I
body.
mean,
If my favorite type of woman was a beer, it'd be this beer. It is thick and complex. I love everything about it. No, really, you can chew on this beer a little bit. So you get the hefe on the top, on the front end, and then a nice, crisp, slightly hoppy taste on the back end.
yes.
That's a descriptor there, baby.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good, though. I don't think I've ever seen a heavy IPA. I don't know, Greg, have you ever seen one of those before?
I didn't know they existed.
A few. That sounds like a collaboration beer. That sounds like one we would have seen at Fresh Fest. Oh, there's a drop, a Fresh Fest drop.
Ooh,
So, I have a complicated history with this brewery that I'm about to open up. Complicated meaning I don't like any of this. Rogue. And I could say, listen, I'm not trying to call anybody out, but I did go to both their. I went to their brew pub in Portland. I was there, and I just didn't enjoy it. Sorry. Actually, they have two brew pubs in Portland. I was at both of them, and both of them were like. So the thing about it though is that doesn't stop me from buying your beer. Actually, call me a sucker, but or at least trying it. So like I'm not ever going to just because I don't like the general of their beers. But I can get to. I'm gonna get to why I don't think I like the beers. Someone pointed it out to me. But I did get I do have to here's a plug. Styling for Daddy Porter. The first episode came out this week. Only beaten by a video that I did with Dennis from First Step.
Oh.
So, yeah, Dennis, man, you got some pull over here.
You done did it.
But this is Rogue Dead Man Ale. This is one I'm sure, Dennis, you've had this one, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
Right. This is Doug. I know you've had this one. This is one
story about that later. So yeah.
This is their this is their flagship, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah.
I got it because I'm doing a Maybach show with I'm doing a Maybach show for Styling with Daddy Porter with somebody. I'm not gonna drop the name. It's a big name though, but I'm not gonna drop it. So this is why I got the
Ziggler.
No.
Not me, damn it.
No, Doug's trying to call you out, man. He's just name dropping.
Yeah, and I'm like, I shouldn't say it yet. I gotta wait. I gotta tease out.
It's a matter of national security.
Yeah, so Doug, I figured when I saw that you had this and then I was picking this up for this week, I figured it'd be a good beer. Or I saw what you had and then figured this would be a good one to start, which is their Maybach. I can't find any Maybachs. I couldn't find any in the store, so this is the one I got. It's an award winner. If you don't like Rogue, you like this beer. Everybody likes this beer, right?
Right. True.
So yeah, Maybach style 6.8. It's pretty hoppy for Maybach. They hop it out with 40%, 40 IBUs there.
That's legit.
Yeah, international beer competition, world beer competition, world beer. The thing that I don't like about Rogue beers is this. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they're proprietary yeast. Yeah.
So it really gives, for lack of a better word, funk to their beer for me. That you can't taste anywhere else.
Right.
So I think this is why I don't like Rogue beers.
It's exclusive funk.
Right. And since I'm not down with that funk, I'm not. Right. You know what I mean? Like that's
which is why. So you don't like saisons and all that stuff because all the funkiness.
No, that's not true. You like saisons, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, do you, Daddy Porter?
I love saisons actually, but they have to be a
Well, saisons are so wide.
They're so wide, right?
You can do a million things with saisons.
So there's a sliver of saisons that I'm not down with for sure, but there is a sliver that I like. I want to like Rogue. I really do. I listen. You ever want to like something and it just doesn't work out? Like,
Yeah,
or that girl in high school, maybe. Like,
yep, I
you know what I'm
remember
saying?
bitch.
Right, you guys are cool friends, but taking it another level was just not. Nah. So, this is a Maybach. It's from Rogue, and
So
Don't
is it
got a lot more. Don't got a lot more to
what
say.
like what don't you like about it, Daddy Porter? Is it like is it that funky yeast taste, or is
yeah,
it because it's obviously a little malty?
but it is. And again, there's a Maybach there, and it's all good. But like, it's that yeast, man. I'm telling you, because it's in every beer. So then, like,
Right.
once I taste it, it's like how about caraway seeds? Like if caraway seeds are in anything, I could just like if you hate something, I don't wait. I think Doug doesn't like cilantro either. Doug, do you like cilantro?
No, I love cilantro.
Okay, cool. But if you don't
So
like
what?
cilantro, that's one of those things that if there's a little bit of cilantro in it, like it'll just blow
Throws
it
the
out.
whole flavor off. Yeah.
Right.
I see what
So
you
that's where I'm at with Pac-Man yeast, and that's why I don't like Rogue. It's not about their beers being bad. It's about me.
right.
How about that? It's about me. It's on me.
It's not you, it's me.
Right. It's not. Right. We got the relationship analogies all day long
Dude,
today.
all day,
It's not
baby.
you. It's me.
Because I'm
Right.
married, so I done had my last one. So,
Oh, really? Right. Well, we're all technically basically married here, so.
without a doubt, man.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
So, Doug, do you have a version of this?
I do. So this, I had last year's version. When I saw it in the store, I'm like, I have to pick it up. So this is their Dead on Dead
Oh God.
Big Guy Ale,
I've heard good things about this.
and they also make spirits. So they make whiskey, and this is Dead Guy whiskey barrels they age it in. So this is kind of like Dragon's Milk makes a bourbon that is aged
Right?
in dragon milk barrels, which is fucking delicious.
So good.
So
So tasty.
yeah, so
Oh. Was that this
Ooh,
year?
them's the breaks.
you never knew that, Greg?
What is this about Dragon's Milk? I missed this.
So
You don't like
Dragon's Milk
Dragon's
also makes a bourbon. They make a bourbon and then they age it in Dragon's Milk barrels. So however they age the bourbon, so it's almost like they reverse it. So they make the bourbon, they age their beer in there, they take it out and age the bourbon in the barrel after that.
Yeah. So where's this and how do I get it?
I got it from my brother-in-law in Ohio. Somehow he got it there. So I had to see.
Good old Ohio.
So anyway, this, like I said, I had this last year and I really, 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 really liked it. This one comes at a 7.9 ABV, 40 IBUs. So yeah, Dead and Dead complements the flavor profile of our classic Dead Guy Ale with oak and vanilla notes in our whiskey barrel. So
Ooh,
let's pour this guy out.
Sounds good.
Good. Jesus.
Does it have a stupid Pac-Man yeast?
Probably does.
No, Daddy Porter, I don't got spill protection on my computer. You can't just be dropping bombs like that, all right? I was in the middle of drinking this beer.
Keep it around. It looks just like mine.
Yeah, it does. The head dissipates really fast.
That was a little quick.
I'm going back to my Damien. He's amazing.
Oh, God, that scary ass beer.
So, not nearly as good as last year's version.
But,
But hold on, let me just make sure I didn't get a bottle that was last year's version.
oh, no, that could be a
Because
thing.
that happened to me before, and yeah,
Okay.
boy, because that tastes super flat.
Ooh.
They don't have anything on here for a date. So I'm wondering if Wegmans just kept it in the back and like, hey, it's Halloween again. Let's throw these out.
Salty MFers.
Oh, excuse me. This one is way too flat. The one last year I had was just the barrel flavor was just great with the Maybach stuff. This one is just like you said. You saw how fast the head just.
No, it was really quick. It's like maybe the top was damaged because it didn't feel like there was a lot of CO2 in there.
That
Like,
particular, this taste last year was outstanding. That one was really good. I'm just wondering if I got one from last year. Remember Greg, when I pulled that one beer that was a bourbon barrel aged stout, I said, oh, I've had this one before. I really like it. And I opened it and it just tasted like sludge. And
oh,
it was just, they had it out so long on the shelf. And I was like,
yeah. Call them
I
out
don't know.
on it, man. Tell
And
them.
we're
Tell 'em,
pretty
Kyle.
nice. We're pretty nice on the live stream, so we're not. We're not. I don't
Oh,
know.
I'm not saying call them out here, but please go get your money back.
well, I went, and when I had that one, I went and there's a person that works there that I see all the time because I go and get beer there all the time.
Right.
And I said to her, I said, listen, I got this, and it was skunk's not the right word because it was a freaking bourbon barrel aged stout, but
Yeah.
it was stout. It really tasted
Yep.
bad. And she's just like, okay, I'll let the people above me know, but she's like, I can't pull it off because they want to sell it. And I'm like, okay,
Right.
I'm just letting you know it tasted shitty.
Yeah. No, but you did your thing, right? You had to let them know. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry if there was any like loud sounds because I am at a brewery. They're changing kegs right now.
Hey, that's good. So,
Yeah.
real quick, Dennis. So how do you deal with giving negative feedback to breweries, especially ones that you are close to or you're friends with, and you roll up there and you have it, and you're just like, this ain't it.
Well, that's a good question, Daddy Porter. It really is. So, after I start working with some of these breweries, they become friends, right? So I just pull them off to the side and I go, hey, man, for the style, and then I insert any feedback that I have to give. It might not just be me, but if you heard other things like this, like how can we work like better on that style in the future, and how can I do a collaboration with you on that style in the future and hook you up with someone that's just doing it perfectly. So that way everyone wins, right? So we're super big into collaborations. We just landed one with our iconic amusement park, Kennywood. Super huge. I reached out to them thinking they might say, oh, first at Brewbox, who is this? But what they said was, we know who you guys are. You do a lot of stuff in the industry. Can you please help us put together a brewery collaboration? That's what we did. So just find someone who's doing that style, very good, just execute. And being humble is the key. You have to be humble.
So you just let it roll, is what you're telling me.
That's it, baby.
Generally
You
speaking.
gotta tell them, right? Like, if you
You
don't want
do.
to speak organically, then you don't deserve to even have an opinion. That's
So
my opinion.
I hear you. So we got a question. We got a question from the chat. Ready?
Yeah, this is a good question.
So is taking a beer back acceptable if there's a fault? Apparently, it's not acceptable in the wine world.
Oh,
Like this beer I got, would it be acceptable for me to go, I had this and it was
No.
bad?
is
No.
this on draft, Daddy Porter? Like, are we on draft right now, or
No.
is this a beer you bought, took home, tried, didn't like it, take it back?
It sounds like brought home because draft is different. You know what I mean? Draft's kind of like when you're at like a fine restaurant. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So like you're at a fine restaurant, you ordered the chicken parm, it came out veal parm, you're sending that back.
Without doubt.
Right. Or same like if you get a Kolsch and it's a dirty line, you're taking that back. I don't care.
You can't do that. Yeah.
Now
I
when you
agree.
get it home, yeah, like so. For me, no.
Although, to be clear, Cork Emmy just clarified it is acceptable in the wine world. Not, he said it wasn't initially, but he said it is acceptable in the wine world.
Oh, okay. No.
So distributor driven, right? Like if you bought beer, took it home, it wasn't right. So I would put out there to everyone, right? So it's important for you to be able to pick up on different tastes of beer, so you know if it's bad due to something in the shipment was damaged, like too much oxidation. But if it's a terrible beer, 9 times out of 10, your distributor wants to know that, right? Like you're the customer buying, like you're the reason why they have electricity in their building. If you think a beer is bad, tell them. They will not order that beer anymore if they get enough people saying that. But more importantly, they need to figure out why it's bad. Is it how they're storing it? They have it on shelves at 75, 80 degrees. Is it, something's damaged in shipment? So I would say personally, tell them. They want to hear that.
Yeah, I don't think you can take it. Like, I can't go and say I want a refund. I personally wouldn't do that because I bought it and I drank it. Like, I'm not going to finish that because I don't like it, which is rare for me. Usually I'll finish anything, but that it's a bomber, so I'm not going to finish it.
Right.
But I think you're right. I think going back and saying, hey, just, person I know, I'm just going to let you know that I bought this and it was
right.
flat. It was not good. In case you're getting more.
But as a business owner, I want you to tell me if a product that I'm carrying people don't like. I want to be able to make a decision based upon your feedback.
What were you going to say, Greg?
So, yeah, this is a big one. So then, Dennis, do you dress? Obviously, we got the beer at Wegmans, but do you ever dress the brewer? Like, when is it appropriate for you to address the brewer? Obviously, if I went to the brewery, picked it up, that's the brewer's fault. We didn't even talk about the distributor. Is there any place where you get a beer at home like this Rogue, and you want to call the brewer, or do you always hit the distributor first? And I guess it depends on where you're at, because remember, right. Texas just opened up their brewery to people thing, but before that, in order for the brewery to have beer at their own place, they had to buy it from the beer distributor, and it's up to the distributor to buy it back. So I know there's some crazy laws and shit. Like, we're kind of like throwing that out there and saying, you know what I mean? Like, when is it appropriate for you as a customer? And I don't have look, man, I'm not Dennis from First Sip Brew Box, so I don't have any connections to any brewers. Or, hell, even I have more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't go to a brewer and be like, I
totally understand.
I can't call up the 412 like you can and be like, hey, man.
We got that secret number. It's #9. You hit #9, you'll get right in.
I just brewed you guys last week, so give me a heads up. No. But I'm being serious though. Like,
I hear you.
Sometimes I think it's intimidating for people to be like, wow, is this just a bad beer, or is this like me not liking it?
So that's a good question, Greg. Right. So I think people do need to be a little bit more educated on what they're tasting, and what I mean by that. So you can pick out if it's a bad beer due to an infection, if it's a bad beer due to oxidation. Like, it's all different for me, because if I taste something that's super oxidized, it's 100% on the distributor that I bought it from. They had it sitting in a bottle that allowed so much sunlight to get in, that kind of stuff. But more importantly, if you don't like a beer, you need to just shout it out on, not like in front of everyone on social media, but reach out to the brewery, right? Like, they want to know. That's their children going out into the wild. They want to know what's happening. Just say, hey, man, this is what I tasted. And they're like, oh, man, our distributors are leaving out on the shelf in the middle of the sunlight, just baking that beer. That's what it is. Like, so that, never keep it to yourself, right? Like, so educate yourself and then shout it out to the parties involved. Because everyone wants to deliver a really good product. No one wants to give a bad product to a customer, without a doubt. 100%.
True, man. It's very true.
Yeah.
So we tried our selections?
Yeah, we did.
I don't know. I got another one.
Oh, I thought that. No way.
Should we open it, Doug?
Yeah. I say you do it, man.
It's a big one.
Jesus, Daddy Porter. Yo, was that Troegs?
Yeah.
Impending Descent.
Oh, man.
I picked this up, Doug, you know when I picked this up? When I was in Philly. Is this a good one?
Yes.
This one worthy of opening?
Yes.
I was going to say, it's more of you, Doug. You probably definitely tried that, for sure.
Yeah, Troegs is one of my favorite breweries. I'm a Weyerbacher.
Yeah. I love Sunday Malt Stout, my go-to. I love Sunday Malt Stout.
You get Troegs all over the place out there, don't you?
We do, But I'm
Hey,
too much of a degenerate, man. I don't
can
run
we get
into-
him in the big Mad Elf thing?
Oh yeah.
Ask him. Ask him.
Yo, Doug is so excited right
Oh,
now.
I am. We have a buddy who hates Mad Elf with the passion of 1,000 suns.
Why? Why?
Because he doesn't like cherries, so like.
Oh no! All right, no, now makes sense.
So we're gonna get a big. We're gonna try to get like 25 people in here. Is that what we're doing?
That would be so much fun. Oh, look at that! That looks so lovely.
Yo, Doug is so happy right
Greg, you're gonna drink that bottle and you're gonna be shit faced. I'm warning you.
This is a big
No,
ass
With-
one.
now. Was that 10-9? It's definitely something like that. Like that.
11-1.
10-9, 11-1. I was 0.2 off. I'm
You're
sorry.
close.
That is a good fucking beer. I'm
They
sorry.
make
Nothing beer.
they make some really great like offshoot beers like that that are just. Greg did have another one that he really disliked. I can't remember what that one was.
From Troegs. Oh yeah.
We were like, oh man, not my thing. And I think it had like, was it blackberries or something like that? It was something like it was fruity, but it was not.
Blackberries are random. Damn. Oh, I'm super pumped to see this beer. man.
Bourbon.
Oh, what? You already
Bourbon
tried
barrel,
some?
right? Yeah. Some vanilla, more bourbon, but not like, biting, but enough there that like it's almost like going through your nose.
Damn.
Like this, you can have this with when you're sick. You can have this one. You ever do brandy when you're sick?
I usually do whiskey, but that works too.
Yeah, I'm typically whiskey scotch.
Just
guy.
one shot though, right? We're not kicking back shots. Or
That's if you know how to
Depends on
stop.
how sick you are.
Oh,
True.
Maybe you
I
want to
haven't
be
been doing-
unconscious.
I haven't been doing this right, apparently.
Apparently not.
Oh, if you're drinking brandy, whiskey, or scotch, you can't do it wrong. So,
No, this is an excellent one.
So
Man.
what else are you getting out of that besides the are you getting anything other than the bourbon? You said a little bit of vanilla. What else?
Yeah, the vanilla sweetness. But again, it's mostly I could tell there's a stout there, but this is mostly I don't know. I guess I got it this year and I didn't age it at all. Yeah, it's a little cocoa, but not. I got more cocoa out of this out of Damien.
Damien.
Damien had chocolate and black malt, so that impedes a lot of roast. But yeah, this one is all bourbon, not in a bad way, in a good way.
No, but I remember drinking that, and I remember thinking like I can have one of those if I want to be able to walk afterwards.
Was that a regular size bottle or was that a bomber bottle? Where'd you pull that out of, Daddy Porter?
The 12? Yeah.
Is that a 12? 12er?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's legit, man.
Yep, 12.7. Got it right from the tap room. I was there out in Philly. A couple months before I met you at Fresh Fest. But yeah, wow, this is a good one.
It's hit
Man.
him. Just now hit him.
I was so when you pulled that out, I was like, oh baby, I remember that one. That's a good one.
Doug knew what you were getting into, man.
Well, see, I'm definitely like, if I can find a bourbon barrel aged anything, I'm going to get it.
So good. So tasty.
Most of them are, man. Most of them are. So, Dennis, real quick. So, I don't know, man. Are you trying to line up for one of these collaborations at Fresh Fest next year?
We are, right? So we did a collab with Fresh Fest their first year they existed, right? And we did a black hazy Cascadian dark ale.
Oh.
Super tasty. And it's crazy because the brewery that we partnered with, my wife and I had our wedding reception there. So it's a whole family thing.
Cool.
We love everything about it. And then so we wanted to also do another collab this year with Fresh Fest where they said, whoa, bro. All right. Every other year. I'm like, done. So next year would be the other year then we're going to slide back into the DMs and try to, do another Fresh Fest collab.
And
I'm just trying to up my status so people see me, and then maybe they'll offer.
Dude.
Well, Greg has talked super highly about Fresh Fest, and Pittsburgh is drivable for me. It's like 5.5, 6 hours. So I'm going to be trying to make
Stay at our house, Doug. I'll tell you that right now. You can crash on our couch if you need to.
Doug, I didn't get that. You got that. I didn't even get that.
Hey, man, I'm a likable guy.
Wisconsin. Like, that's not drivable. It's silly. If you're driving from Madison, Wisconsin, I don't know if I want you in my house because you're insane.
I'm insane, man. Yes, that's me. Birthday boy. Anything else?
Anything else from you, Dennis?
No, just, catch us at all of our social media handles at First Sip Brewbox. You can find us. firstsipbrewbox.com. Get in on it. Help us pay our light bill.
Doug, we didn't do our recap, man.
No, and that's why I was going to start. So, Dennis, usually what we do is we do a recap. So you just go, here's what I had and here's what I liked the most. But it might be something, pardon me, it might be something where it's not like the other beers are bad. You just really like this particular beer. So
oh, yeah.
Add and give us.
I can do it. Hey, I'm not afraid to rank my children, okay? Hunger Games is a thing.
You don't even got any damn kids. Shut up, man.
Yo, but all the beers are my children. I am quite a popular father.
We're not.
Sorry, Daddy Porter.
All right, so tell us what you got.
What you got?
Golly. So I would say my gold medal, or we'll start the bronze, right? So my bronze medal winner is the Mood Ring that I had, which was a good beer. It's a Hefe IPA, clocking it at 6.2%. I enjoyed the beer, but in comparison to some of the other brews that they do, coming in at silver is going to be Metal in the Microwave, which is a red IPA, clocking it at 5.9%. It was just so good. I'm a big fan of red ales. Now, honestly, you can put red in front of anything. I'm going to enjoy it because it's typically a slightly sweeter, more malty version of whatever it is, right? So the microwave or the Metal in the Microwave red IPA is my silver position. And my gold, because that's where I live and breathe, is the RÖCKIN RÖLSCH Red Kolsch IP or Red Kolsch or Rye Kolsch, clocking it at 5.4%. Super tasty. Love Kolsches. Really refreshing. Love rye. I'm a big fan of bourbon ryes, and it's a marriage that's just so happy because you get a full balanced beer without a lot of ABV, and you can drink it all day. So that's my lineup of the brews that I had.
Where exactly in Pittsburgh is Couch Brewing?
It is in the east end of Pittsburgh. So east. Check them out, Couch Brewery. You'll know it because it's filled with couches.
and if you get too drunk, you can sleep there. So that's even a bigger bonus.
To be fair, I'll sleep anywhere regardless. So that's 8 years. Eight years of being in the Army, Doug. Man, I can sleep anywhere.
Birthday boy, what you like?
Oh, so you're gonna go with me next? That's cool. All right, so I'm gonna start with my least favorite and work my way to my favorite, if that's okay.
Oh, I'm going to do that too.
Yeah, so and the reason I'm going to say, so I had this last year, this Dead on Dead, which is their Dead Guy Ale aged in their Dead Guy whiskey barrels. Last year it was fucking awesome. This year, if this is this year's, I still have to find out if maybe this was an old, threw it out on the shelf. But if it is this year's, really flat. Not a lot of flavor because of the flatness. Like it's Dead Guy Ale, so you're going to have that awesome Pac-Man yeast. And
it depends on who you ask, right?
The ABV is like the ABV is not bad, but like the whiskey barrels in the last years made it just give this real complex flavor combination I really enjoyed. This year just literally fell flat. So
Damn.
that's bronze for me. Silver is my Munchies truck.
Mm,
This was really, really good.
that
It's
sounded good.
1A and 1B is really where I'm at with
The
that.
name alone got me.
That's just
Oh,
great.
I'm
And
about that life.
yeah.
Mhm.
So that one was really smooth. Had so it says chocolate, coconut, peanut butter, imperial milk stuff.
Mm,
Almost no lactose, just
mm,
lactose smoothness. Peanut
mm.
butter got on the nose. It was in front with the chocolate, and then the coconut finished it. But really yummy. This one's 9.3 ABV though, so not for the lighthearted. And the winner for me was just this thing, just because I'd never had anything like it.
Mm.
The Saison Straminer, which is it's a Saison farmhouse Saison, so it's co-fermented with Gewürztraminer grape juice.
What
It's
does
like
that mean?
dry.
I
I
don't
was
even
just like,
know.
I couldn't even believe. I'm like, okay, well, this is just gonna be grapey beer, and that's what I was expecting. Although Omegang is so close to Omegang's like an hour and 10 minutes from my house,
Mm.
so I get all their beers. And when they make little special releases with these, I always pick them up. That was just superb. Like it Munchies was great. This was just, and Munchies is more my style of beer. I like saisons, but stouts and porters in my home. But this was just the way it goes. It's just that real Christmas at the end is just really out of sight. I really enjoyed
Right.
that. All right,
So-
Greg, your turn, man. Give it.
That was in
We,
depth.
It's a good.
we need to find another porter hater, like Afro Beer Chick. Because
Oh,
then
yeah.
we could
Oh
get like,
yeah,
That,
she hates those porters, man.
Yeah, 'cause we could get
brown
them.
water. We were like,
Yeah,
what?
we can get like a porter versus a haters like battle. It would be great. We can get her on, and we gotta find
Yo.
someone else who doesn't like porters. If we do, we're doing that.
Well,
doing
it's
it.
not with the guests that you have on now. Like
No,
I
no,
love
no, no, no.
porters so much, I named our dog Porter.
Look, you
that's
guys
a
are
thing.
no, you guys are my backups. I got you. You're like my crew. Like, what do they do in the WWE? They have like a battle royal and shit, like a 3-man tag team and shit. Like, right?
Well,
a tables and ladders match or some shit. Listen, man, Afro Beer Chick brings it, so I'm gonna have some back up. So like, I can't just like
She
roll
did it.
in with.
But she
Right.
also said she hasn't found one yet.
I
We
know,
can make
but
that happen.
I
We
know.
and to her credit,
Yeah,
she went out and got one to say, all right, I'm going to try another one, but a different one than she had. She gave it a go. And she's like, nope, brown water. I'm like,
I'm just so skeptical though.
Brown water.
Brown water porter. So anyway, if I
Oh,
just thought
shit.
it in my head that we gotta like, because you guys are my porter guys, you're my backup, so we can go against 3 other people. That's how we're gonna work.
Oh,
We're gonna
we'll
work.
win it.
Again, man. Listen. I'm like that guy that doesn't like when my football team plays another team and a quarterback goes out. I actually don't like that because then like you're gonna be like, oh, you beat us with your backup, right? Like you didn't really beat us. You know what I mean?
Right.
No, so put your starters in. Get Afro Beer Chick. You know what I mean? Like she's the best one, so get her out there, and we'll beat her
Right.
down, and we'll beat everybody else down because porters are not brown water. Come on.
No, here's the thing. If you don't like porters and stouts, you're borderline a terrorist. Like you're so close to supporting terrorism.
Right. But no, but Doug, is it true though? We're like, did you ever have Edmund Fitzgerald? She's like, no. Did you ever have Taddy Porter? She's like, no. Then I'm like, okay, cool. Like you haven't had
There's
what
still
I consider
hope.
the best.
There's still hope.
Right, exactly. Plus, I don't know if she never had any like the coconut porters. And if you like
True.
coconut, you like porters. Those are amazing if they're done right. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I don't like coconut porters, but they're really, really good. When they're done right.
I love them.
how about to tell you, can I give you a porter, Greg, before you go into your review, that a local brewery here in Binghamton makes a lime porter. That sounds ridiculous, and it tastes awesome.
Oh, okay. I'm open.
It's like having that Omegang beer. It's like something I'd never had, and it's
Sure.
really good and it's really drinkable.
Sure.
If I can find it, if I can see if they can can that, which they normally don't, I'm going to figure out a way to get that to you guys because
be like a home brewer and show up with a bottle and a capper and just make that shit happen, baby.
I never thought of. Look at you.
Dude, I am a
Thinking out of the box.
degenerate.
This is why we have
Now
guests.
the
Doc.
Percent brew box.
This is why we have guests.
All right, Greg, go ahead. Let us hear your interpretation.
This.
So, can I ask a question before you move on?
No, he put that stuff back down.
I don't. When I drank that, I never thought of that as a Maibach.
True.
It tasted more like kind of a weird IPA to me. And to be fair, that is the very first beer I ever drank that got me into craft beer ever.
Oh shit, that was your segue beer. I like it.
And I'm going to tell you, I know a lot of people that was their gateway into craft because it was widely distributed in a time when nobody distributed craft beer.
Right.
I'm talking, I drank that beer close to 20 years ago. They've been around that long. So that got me into trying like, all right, well, that's cool. That's different. Not my thing, but like what else can I find? And that made me explore more.
And it's unique.
And it was the label. It was, God damn it, it was the label that made me buy it.
The label, the name. I mean,
It
the
was
whole
pretty
article.
badass.
It is pretty badass. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. It's pretty badass. And honestly, man, like again, truth be told, apparently it's an OG. And I'm not. I don't want to throw this in there. But sometimes the problem with OGs is that they're OGs, meaning they were great 20 years ago, and they're the same thing that they were 20 years ago. And that's good on some ways, but on some level, again, the Jeffersons were a great TV show.
No,
I don't know if it will work now.
Act like they forgot about Dre.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have Capital Brewery here. They're a great OG. There's good reasons to like them, but it seems like time has passed them by. Sorry, Capital. Sorry. And that's maybe what's going on with this. I don't know. But they just won awards last year. People still love it. I'm sure it pays the bills there. It's just not my thing. But we're going to do a Styling with Daddy Twitter show, and you guys will see soon about how I'll like it.
There you go.
It'll be great. Anyway, the rest of the beers I had were amazing. I don't even know if these two, I don't even know which one's better. I really don't. This is a light drinking. This is a summer Oktoberfest for me. It's light. To me, this is lighter than a normal Oktoberfest. Like, it just went down. It just went down like, it just goes down so easy and quick, almost like a Kolsch. And I'm not saying I want a little bit more half to my Oktoberfest, but I'm just used to Oktoberfest having a little bit more half. And the fact that it didn't have it, I like it. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. And, and whenever, we have 7,000 breweries and we have 7,000 Oktoberfest.
True. 7 to 8,000.
Everybody does one. So this one, in my opinion, stands out in the way that, again, it's a light drinker. In fact, I wouldn't care if these guys put this out in July. I'm not even fronting because it's more of a July kind of like.
Oh, we're getting there.
Right. We are.
If we get pumpkin beers and freaking.
No. Stop. This is not pumpkin. Don't.
He said, "Stop it! Stop it!"
But I did get. This was in a mixed mix of pumpkin. They did have a mixed mix of pumpkin and Oktoberfest beers. So I got 2 pumpkin beers and 4 Oktoberfest, and I'm glad I got this one over the one I was looking for because again, it's nice, light, crisp. Give this to me in July and I'll be fine. This was fantastic. I would drink this all year round, but of course with the name Damien and all that, this is the perfect time for it. I love black ales. I love black ales that are hoppy. This is great. And then I guess this is number 1, and I pulled it out last. Impending this. That bourbon thing here, I still got this much left, and it's going down. And I still got this much left of Damien, and I still got a little left of the Oktoberfest. They're all going.
Apparently, I had no idea what the rules were. I crushed all of them.
There's no rules to this. You can drink it if you like. If you go, this shit rocks, I'm gonna chug that shit down. You do it. Like we don't.
Right.
There's no laws with the clause. You guys know that.
Oh,
I said I wasn't going to drink all this. This is fucking empty, and this is.
Jesus, Doug.
So wait, we just had our first White Claw reference on the show, and you should be ashamed of yourself, Dennis.
Nope. They found a gap in the market and they capitalized. It's a marketing. It's genius.
I got it, but it's not beer.
It ain't beer, but why are breweries brewing hard seltzer now?
Because breweries need to make money.
Because people that buy those beers have bank, and you could charge $9 for a hard seltzer, and people are going to pay it. Like, genius.
I only say it's a mark against you because I just make fun of them, as you know.
No, I know.
It's fascinating, though. I said it's equally as fascinating as me making fun of it. Like, the more I make fun of it, the more I'm fascinated by it. That's just how it works. Right.
No, I definitely hear that.
So Dennis, I have a question for you then. What do you think of the kind of trend where they have the non-alcoholic beers and things like where they're like, I saw one which was some Lagunitas, which was a hoppy refresher. So it's like 0.5 ABV.
Wait, non-alcoholic or near non-alcoholic?
Near non-alcoholic. So it's like 0.05, like just low, but like they're doing it so people that like the taste of beer but don't want the alcohol part of it. So I think that's an interesting trend.
It is, but here's my personal opinion. I would never drink the caffeinated coffee. I don't see the point. I don't see the reason. But there's people out there that do. So I think it's good that they have something out there for those folks. But just like me, shooting this video cast at a brewery, my beer's now magically refilled. So I'm not one of those folks.
Yeah. I will say I think it's a good market to tap into because people who like want to stay away from a lot of the alcohol but like the taste of beer. I think great. It's not going to be a big market. It's going to be a small market thing.
Right.
So no, I saw like a rack of them at the grocery store where it was like a rack of near non-alcoholic beer because people want to eat the beer but just didn't want to get hammered. No,
it's a good thing, right? And a lot of pregnant women and a lot of like Muslim folks actually order brew boxes for that reason because nothing has alcohol, so they still want to share in the same experience without violating any health or religious belief. So I am 100% for it.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought of those points.
Yeah.
Again, there's as Greg is. We have made a real concerted effort to be more inclusive, and the idea of like thinking about, I didn't even think about the idea of the Muslim community not being able to drink alcohol because that's
we had folks come up to us.
But they like the taste of it. So great, now they have an alternative, and I think that's pretty awesome.
Right. We had folks in the Muslim community come up to us and say, "Hey, am I allowed to have this stuff?" I'm like, I don't know, but that's a good question. So we actually got involved with a lot of like local sheikhs, which are like their bishops. And we asked them, can you have things made out of beer? They were like, well, technically, yes, you can. Go research this with your own local stuff. Don't take this from Dennis at First at Brew Box. I don't want you to violate your religious beliefs because you saw some guy drinking a beer saying this.
Right. No, right. Wow. You got deep, guys.
That went deep. I wasn't expecting it, but
hey, man.
I really am glad it did because it brought
I always go deep.
Thinking of.
And the record, I'm just more like, first of all, the seltzer's not my thing, but I'm just going to like make fun and poke at a fad. And that's kind of or a trend. I don't know if it's a fad or a trend. It's a trend. It's a strong trend. I don't see it going any way. Like sometimes trends become, when do trends become like normalized? Like, remember New Coke was a trend and then it never hit.
Right.
Fortnite, I don't know if it was a trend and now it hit. So Fortnite's no longer a trend. Fortnite is normal. You know what I'm saying? So when do we stop calling it a trend to normal? Because to me, this seltzer thing is not just going to be. It's going to be a trend, and then it's going to be like people are keeping it. Like it's going to sustain longer than Zima because it's more flexible than Zima. You can do all kinds of different shit with different flavors in it. So you can really like span. And then again, you're really hitting people that don't like beer. So I bring my wife in. She don't like beer. I'm drinking beer. Maybe she'll like a seltzer. Hell,
Right.
I'm a man and I'm gay and I bring my husband in and he don't like beer. So it's not really a
Right.
woman or man thing because again, women are please, women and beer. Don't even get me started.
Oh
Women will
God,
drink
that's a
men
whole
under
conversation, right?
right. Oh yeah, we can come back for that one because women will come in and drink men under the Afro beer chick. I've drank with too many women to see them like, whoa, this isn't a women or men thing too. Because again, you put the claw thing on there, and there's all these guys saying, "I'll drink the claw too." And I'm like, grab, man, I
No
don't know.
laws with the
No,
cloud.
nobody like everybody loves the claws because there's no laws apparently.
So here's my.
No
Oh, I'm
laws
sorry.
with
Go
the
ahead,
cloud.
Greg.
No, go down. It's fine.
So with what you're saying, I think the distinction is if someone's still making fun of it, it's not in. That right there. Think about it. Back in high school, I played, oh God, probably middle school. I played with Pokemon cards. People made fun of me. But at a certain point, when people were making thousands upon thousands of dollars on those cards, it was in. You couldn't argue with it. It was in.
Right.
So I
Okay.
guess my answer is once when you can quantify a monetary value in the millions, it is in.
It's already in there. It's in. It's over.
Oh,
Because they sold out. They
yeah,
sold out. They
they did.
sold out. Yeah, there's a shortage. They have sold out of
But
like.
when you're out there in the wild and you're talking about the claws and people still make fun of you, it's not in yet. Once when you start talking about White Claw and they go, you're right. That, my friend, is when it is in.
Okay. So what happens with haters like me who will never stop making fun of it?
And we'll be in the wrong, dude, because I'll make fun of it, and that's fine. Hey, think about it this way: we make fun of there's people that make fun of like Coors Light drinkers. Now, you and I are more
True.
you and I are more in the camp of like, yeah, that's not my jam, but if somebody wants to drink it, fucking have at it. I'm beyond the it's water stuff. Okay, great. Yeah, I don't like it, but if somebody wants to drink a freaking cheap 12-pack of beer and that's what they can afford or that's what they like, hey,
Right. And then
Man,
they might like it because they don't know.
yeah.
That's all they know, right?
And there are no laws, so why not drink the claw? I mean, come on. Gee, we can go all night with this, but we won't. We're gonna sign off here.
Yeah.
It was amazing having you.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was so much fun to talk with you guys.
We're gonna have you back soon. Doug already invited you back for the Mad Elf extravaganza.
We have to wait
So
up.
Let's
you're
do
down
it.
for that,
Let's
we'll
do
keep
it.
you in. If you're down for that, we'll
Maybe-
keep you in.
Maybe I can show up at another brewery. I can make this a thing.
Dude, that would be great. Honestly.
Dude, you're the first one to show up at a brewery, and
Yes.
apparently you're not trying to be the
I'm
last.
the first one with a drinking problem that doesn't have a lot of money in their bank account. So of course I'll show up at a brewery.
Right, but
For
you
the
did the
beer.
right thing, man. You started a nice business that can support your drinking problem. It's perfect. I think I might have did that too, but I'm not making any money, so I'm not.
Yeah.
Anyway, on
Yet.
On that depressing note.
that note, thanks, Dennis. We'll see you soon.
Yep.
Yes.
Love you guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate
everybody.
everything.
Cheers.
Thanks for being with
Cheers.
us. Peace, everybody.